Right now, and we're going in with the intro.
We interrupt our program to bring you this important message.
Super Desperation Radio! Go!
Oh man, do you love the intro as much as I do?
It's so good.
Yeah.
Shout outs to JCD for Toley. I don't even know.
I don't know who he is exactly. He only popped up because of the recent fan art he's been doing of us, but I wanted to definitely open the show by saying a big thanks to him for everything he's done.
Did you say JCVD? Jean-Claude Van Damme?
Yes, definitely.
I mean, thank you to him too, because he's actually got a new TV series coming out that looks really funny. So hopefully everybody gets a chance to catch that if it ends up on Netflix or something.
Is it called The Art of Fighting?
I forget what it's called. It's like Jean-Claude. It's another one of those, like, you know, self-hating documentaries he does. Where he's like a washed-up action hero.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. Anyway, welcome to
There
another.
are kids outside. Hold on. Before we start, there are kids outside screaming bloody murder. And just giving you a heads up, there's no one trapped in my house. I'm not keeping anyone hostage. There's very loud kids out there that are screaming at the top of their lungs.
I'm not
I can't
suspicious
hear
at all now.
And since I interrupted Chris, hey everybody, welcome to Super Desperation Radio here live on Team Spooky. Another great edition coming at you tonight with special guest Hanzo Gonzo. Whether he wants to be on the show or not, he's going to be playing people tonight, and it's going to be entertaining. Because I mean, he is, for those who don't know, he was the best King of Fighters 14 player in the world for maybe a week, and he's still up there. He's like top 3, top 4, and the only reason he lost his number 1 spot is because he decided to take a break. That's it.
He abdicated the throne.
Yeah, he didn't really lose. He just, someone just came in like, oh, what? You're not doing anything? All right, fine. They just stole it from underneath him. He just had no idea.
So what you're telling me is it doesn't have anything to do with the netcode being a lot better now?
No.
Yeah, I think he's actually still winning.
Not in this case. Not in this case. Like, he legit was beating the crap out of people with good or bad connections. Because, I don't know if you guys have played Ranked. I personally haven't played Ranked yet, but from everything I've seen of Ranked, people are really bad.
I'll see a lot of Rush online. I mean, it's like a concert in the fucking 70s. That's all I see is Rush out of a lot of these players.
I mean, I'm actually watching them play right now.
Guard Crush.
Oh my
Nice.
god. But yeah, so Hanzo Gonzo definitely going to be joining us later on today to beat the crap out of everybody who wants in on the room. So have your fun with them.
Yeah, definitely look out for the room.
The room is already up, so you just want to come in and chill. We have 7 slots open, or 6 slots open technically. We're waiting to see if Alex is going to be on the show tonight or not. I haven't heard word from him. And anyone here from Alex?
I
haven't heard from him either.
All right, so he's probably stuck in traffic.
Nah, he's probably chilling with Mr. Brandon Evans,
Oh,
SoCal God.
Jesus.
Oh boy.
Brandon Evans, didn't I wax that guy last night?
Wow,
Yes,
how rude.
Yeah. And then
For what it's worth, you
it's like
waxed him.
2012 all over again.
Yeah, you waxed him, but he waxed me. So
Yeah, that's true.
it balances out.
Yeah.
Balances out.
Actually, I like when you're running the show. Keep going. Shit, don't have to do anything.
Yeah, you don't have to really do much
Just
anything.
keep
So
drinking this beer.
tonight, we don't have much in the ways of topics, but ECT and First Attack were yesterday. There were also several other tournaments. I'm not gonna act as if I remember all of them. However, ECT happened, and I believe Chris Tartarian won it for Street Fighter.
No,
It was Julio, right?
no,
Julio?
for ECT. Yeah, it was Julio.
Julio, I get the Ken players mixed up.
Chris
I'm sorry.
Tartarian was actually at First Attack, and he did not win First Attack. Our campus own John Takeuchi won First Attack with Rashido.
Yeah, so I heard about that, and they're calling this guy a prodigy. He's like 18-year-old prodigy. Like, do you guys feel title of prodigy is a given right now?
I think I think the word prodigy is thrown around much too often in this scene, considering you're just hitting buttons more or less, and you're taking advantage of things that people just aren't paying attention to. I'm not saying he's bad or anything, or that he sucks, but at the same time, everybody pretty much agrees that they didn't know Rashid was that good. You know?
No, man, Rashid's low tier. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, see, everybody says he's low tier. All the damage sucks.
I'd rather just talk about ECT, KOF, and
All right.
Tripguard, and burst damage, and step play.
All right, so look, check it out. I complained about this last week, didn't I? Yes, I did. 100%.
Of course.
I'm not sure.
So Sway wasn't doing a bad job on commentary. I don't recall hearing him say Tripguard at all. But the other guy, I forgot his name. He couldn't shut up with the Tripguards. Guy, please stop it. No Tripguarding in King of Fighters.
That would be Tripguarding,
especially if you say Tripguard anti-air. The two don't make sense. Tripguard is supposed to negate the anti-air. Like no, just stop it. Okay?
What kind of bothered me was that not only was there just like Tripguard, but there was like burst damage, and people just, whenever somebody would get a knockdown, they'd be like, here comes a set play. Like, it's such an opaque term. What the fuck does that mean?
Well, like, that's the problem. There are plenty of terms that are used that, like, what does it mean? And
this is a brand new game. Why are you using shit like that?
Yeah,
because
I mean,
they hear it all the time.
If you think about it, Okizeme and set play are different. Because set play is a part of Okizeme, but you're not setting anything. You know?
Yeah, this is literally just people. Like you said, it's just wake up options. You're like, okay,
safe jump, something like that.
I want to clarify this. I personally do not know the exact meaning of set play. I was told that it's characters that set something down and then do a mix up from there. So like an Eddie type deal, or something like that. Is that what set play is?
Essentially, from what I can tell, like I don't even know that it's been thoroughly defined. I mean, I would assume something like Milia, where she puts a disc on top of you, would be like set play.
That's the exact description I was given.
I always
assumed like that set play, Hien putting the fireball down, something like that.
Yeah, I always assumed set play was more of the mentality that occurred from that, where somebody could just do it and then have a multitude of options that you had to choose from, and basically just setting it and forgetting it.
So essentially, it's the new Vortex term or something.
More
but not
or less,
so much.
Yeah. Arturo Sanchez says you can't wake up with reversal in set play, which is another facet of it that does occur.
Yeah.
See, my issue with set play is I hear it in every game. I've heard it used in Smash commentary, Blaze, Gear, now KOF, Street Fighter, and so on. And I just never understood what it meant. It seemed like a buzz term at one point.
Oh, it definitely is.
It definitely is.
When I heard Seth Killian say it, I was mad. I respect the shit out of Seth. But when he just said, he said set play like 5 or 10 times during one match. I think it was last year at Evo or some shit. And I'm like, what in the hell you keep saying set play for? What is a set play? What are they doing? I didn't get it. And I still don't get it. Like I genuinely don't get it. If it's what I was told, setting down something and then going for a mix up there, like Milia, Eddie, and then like mainly you don't really see it too much in say KOF games or Street Fighter games. They don't have very many characters that set something on the screen and then mix you up. They just go for a raw mix up. So hearing it used in these games kind of throws me off, especially when it's like, oh, he got up, great set play there. And then another term that gets me is neutral, because the way many people use neutral is basically how we used footsies back in the day, and it seems like it just replaced footsies. I don't even know what's neutral. Someone please explain.
I always assume that when people use neutral these days, it implies that there's not a forward or backward momentum going on. They're literally just like at rest and trying to like figure out what they're doing.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it's kind of interchangeable. Yeah, from what I assume, it's like neutral is like having the stick in neutral, where you guys are essentially at a position to where nobody's on the offense or defense. Where if you're playing footsies, I guess it's still kind of the same.
Yeah. Like I don't see it as like a particular, like I don't see it any different in footsies, honestly. I think there's such a thing as offensive footsies versus defensive footsies, but I don't think there's like a neutral footsies, Like, I think you're always trying to do something with footsies. You're not like just throwing something out just to be doing it, hopefully,
Well, yeah, because I mean, like, you could even be like trying to like whiff punch or something. So I guess that'd be kind of more the defensive side, where like you're being more reactive as opposed to someone trying to stuff something or
Yeah,
capitalize.
Just sort of seems like it replaced footsies because people started to think that, well, when you're outside of like, low forward, sweep range, stuff like that, well, then what is it? They don't want to call it footsies, so they just started calling it neutral.
Yeah, and I mean, it hasn't caused too much trouble yet, I guess. Like nobody.
No, it's not causing trouble. It's just two different terms, and a lot
There
of
are
people.
better ways to explain what's going on a lot of the time.
And I've been seeing a lot more people like bashing the term footsies, saying it's stupid, it never makes sense. Like,
I mean, it makes sense from the historical standpoint.
Yeah, but I understand when people, like, because the problem is like, oh, great footsies there. It's like all the guy did was crouch B, crouch B, crouch A, and that's it. Now he just pushed them out. I mean, that's not footsies. That's just a block string.
Yeah.
And I mean, I get it. Like, we need to come up with better terms to describe certain situations, but it'd be nice if like they were all explained properly instead of like, oh, hey, I heard X commentators say, footsie set play neutral, so I'm gonna do the same thing. And that's how I came up with option select proximity taco. Yeah.
Oh boy.
Oh, God damn it.
That one showed up too.
Nope, I believe it. Yeah, it's just
Fucking Josh turned that into a drinking game like halfway through, and I did not make it all the way to the end of it.
I believe it. But it gets annoying at times when you hear people on commentary, whether they're well-known commentators or just people that they just pulled on stream to commentate because they know the game.
Mm-hmm.
They just not copy. They just like, oh well, I heard these terms being used. I'm gonna throw it around too in similar situations, and they don't know what they're saying. They just throw shit out there, and it doesn't ruin the entertainment value of the game. It's just bad for information. It doesn't get the job out there, and on top of that, it makes you. It doesn't make you a good commentator. It just hurts you more than it helps you in any way. It hurts the commentary of the game, whatever. Like I'm personally the type that thinks. So KOF at ECT, that's not getting like mass viewership. Everyone who's watching KOF at ECT pretty much understands it's a fighting game. That's how it works. They kind of understand what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
They don't necessarily need the commentary to help get them excited, to help them understand what's going on. But when you're like saying dumb shit like Tripguard anti-air over and over, it doesn't help shit. It's like, wait, what? Tripguard? I heard this term so many times. So there is Tripguard in King of Fighters, and that's pretty much how it got spread around. You had people saying it over and over, and people like, oh well, that's it. It's a term. It's a thing.
Yeah, the existence kind of got willed in by just people saying stuff.
Yeah,
I mean,
and
that's how slang works. But if it's already an established term, you generally don't want to corrupt it so much.
I guess it's like, especially if it's not getting used that much. Like I feel like Tripguard definitely fell victim of just not being a recent term, and so people were just like, "What does that mean?" Just taking it back, Yeah. Repackage that shit because nobody even remembers what the hell this meant anyway, right?
But I mean, it should be pretty self-explanatory. It's Tripguard. You can block against getting tripped, or
No, it's not self-explanatory. That's the thing. Tripguard is Tripguard. Okay, yeah, you block against a trip, but in what situation?
Yeah.
That's the issue here. Like,
I guess you're right.
The way we used it back in the day, we all understood what it meant because we explained it to each other. You jump in the air, you land, and hold down back. Boom, you guard a trip. Not every game is like that. Some games have it, some games don't. But you block a trip. That's what a trip guard is. There's no like you can say, oh hey, he blocked a sweep, he trip guarded it. If you just throw that out there, people will think that's right too. But it's specifically meant for the jump landing frame situation.
Mm-hmm.
And then you have trip anti-airs. Those are the things. Sweep anti-airs. That worked in old Street Fighter 2.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, it was super good.
Yeah, and that's how it works in King of Fighters. Crouch B is it's what did I just call it? Trip anti-air. Not a trip, but it's a crouching anti-air. So you could say it's an anti-air, it's a low profile anti-air.
It's just
you can use it's simple. And you can also say I've heard plenty of people say, they've got landing frames, he punished landing frames, you're vulnerable during your landing frames, this and that. Like, yeah, okay, I get it. Use something different. Like, don't just, I heard so-and-so say trip guard. Yeah. So I'm gonna
everything doesn't necessarily need a term, but you also don't have to overexpose what it is. You just be concise but informative.
Yeah. And then I don't know. Did I touch on taco last week?
I don't remember. I don't think you did.
I'm not gonna
Oh no, we did talk about it, but yeah.
But yeah,
it was dumb.
The term taco for KOF is people used it for EOD's cross up, his back B cross up. And now it's being used for any cross-up in KOF. Like I saw people use Angel's Jump C, which is a cross-up. Oh, Angel's Taco. They used Robert's Taco, Gangil's Taco, and then just random Jump C over someone, Jump D over someone is a taco.
It definitely feels like a problem with people like trying really hard to just be like, this is what they just say in King of Fighters commentary.
Yeah.
This is the thing.
Yeah.
This is the status quo, and it's like,
I mean, to a certain
kind
extent,
of,
that's
but-
true. Yeah.
but at the
It's
same
just
time,
like it's just like
I don't know.
shimmy. It's just become the thing you
Oh, boy.
say, even if
Yeah.
you don't know exactly why it was said originally. You're just like, well, that's what it is. It's that now. And
Yeah.
think
and
for yourself and actually explain things. How about that?
mhm.
the thing with shimmy too, it gets me. Like everyone says the term shimmy's been around since like 2002, 2003. It used to be called the Gutex shimmy. Gutex coined it, whatever. He's the one who invented that whole walk back, walk forward. And I'm like, what? I used to watch like people back in the day in the arcade do that shit, like in any game. Like,
Yeah.
If you watch me play anything, I do that. I even do it in this in KOF 14.
Yeah.
It's not as
It's-
good
Trying to
in
pick
this,
up
but
Is it a shimmy when you're playing Iori? You do record knockdown, jump in, and then backdash B, and then
That's like the
and then run
shimmy,
forward.
man.
that's the ultimate shimmy. Okay.
Yeah, is that a shimmy at that point?
That's the footloose shimmy. That's that.
Oh wow! Hits him with the Kevin Bacon.
Oh, boy.
Jesus.
Oh yeah, like the thing I hate is just people throw out terms, throw out words, and they think it's like, hey, this is good, this is how it works. Like I'm just gonna throw out dumb shit, and it works with some people. Like Yipes can say whatever the hell he wants, and people will find it entertaining. Tasty Steve can say whatever the hell he wants, finds it entertaining, and so on. But
Yipes and Steve are kind of like pioneers of like American, like really like, what is it, like that British slang where you just say like rhyming slang words, you just say stuff or reference things, and you can infer it, you know, if you have the proper knowledge of it.
Yeah.
You know, you'd be like, oh, and then you can it really does feel, I guess, a bit closer because like these people are talking about things I do care about in reference to what I'm looking at. So which I understand that's a good thing. You know, it's entertaining. It's not just the same old thing, but just the biggest issue I have with a lot of commentary, and this also happens a lot with anime commentary, is people just say like a meme or some shit, and they say it like 20 times in like 5 minutes. Like you guys really have such a low personality that you gotta just say shit sometimes.
So what the biggest problem is that guys like Yipes and Steve have enough charisma to make
Yeah.
anything sound good.
Yeah,
And
confidence.
nobody else
Yeah.
does. Like, people need to understand that just because you hear somebody who is really captivating say something doesn't mean you should say it yourself.
Yeah.
You have to
This-
find out what works for you. You have to find your
Oh
own
man,
voice.
Also,
hyper hopped, and then he put the melted cheese on
Like,
top.
I think I get like probably the most like not like questions about it, but I think people always ask me like, hey, like, you know, how do I, you know, improve this? And I'm like, well, the best way you can improve being yourself is, you know, actually trying to do it more often. Because I was actually talking to Sway last night about his commentary job, and like, you know, he said he didn't really do a bad job. The commentary did what it was supposed to do for the most part. He said something about how he was trying not to be so loud, and I was kind of wanted to tell him like, dude, like that's not really something you need to worry about as a commentator. Is the volume of your voice. Like the tech team should be able to fix that more or less. You should be able to do what you do and not apologize for it for more or less. So I would tell him now, like, hey man, just keep being loud, and if it's too much for like the headphone users, just like turn them down a little bit.
Yeah,
Just keep yelling. But like, don't ever just be like, because like I used to fall for this shit all the time. You know, I used to be like, okay, well, I can't be like Southtown Pockets anymore because it's not esports, and you know, Joey don't like that, and like the sponsors want somebody that can sound coherent and like respectable. And then people are telling me, oh, Hell Pockets sound like he fell off, and I'm like,
what?
Yeah, no, this is definitely a thing.
So
That I saw a lot.
you know,
So-
it's not worth it, basically.
And moving beyond definitely the language, the tone of the commentary, basically we saw this when Exerd came out with Elfelt, and now we're seeing it with Nakoruru. Stop burying your own game by talking about how broken or how like, oh my god, this character is ridiculous. Like, please stop doing that. The game's been out 2 weeks. Come on.
Yeah.
I think this is more like shit. What was that scientist cat name from Blaze?
No, Kokonoi.
Oh, Kokonoe.
Yeah, I think this is more like that than Elfeld. Because I remember listening to the commentary for that, and everyone's like, oh my god, she's so busted. Look at this shit. She can do all this crap. Yeah, it's just stupid. And then, like, I remember SCR when Mori was there, and everyone was just complaining to him. And he's just laughing. Like,
dude, that was the best. It was so good. I was right there. It was the best. Like, one of the best experiences I've had. Is like, this guy watches this dude, an unblockable black hole setup, do 80%, and he's just yucking it up. Does not give a
But what
shit.
sucks is that people are comparing Nako to Kokonoe, and Kokonoe had unblockables. She had an almost unpunishable reversal that just got her away from you, and then she could just set up bullshit across the screen.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
It's not even in the same fucking ballpark.
No.
like, don't get me wrong, Nakoruru is a very strong character, and she's very likely the best in the game right now. But that doesn't mean everyone should just like complain and whine. Like everyone there. So I've seen a mix of things. A lot of people really want SNK to patch her and fix her up, but like I understand that, I completely get that. But what then? They patch her, and then boom, you got 2 new people at top. It's very likely gonna be Athena and K at top, destroying everybody.
Yeah, seriously.
And right now they're not really hating those two too much because they're not seeing the worst of them yet. But then eventually it's going to become apparent, and then they're going to, like, it's just going to have to keep happening. And I guess in a way that's okay because we definitely want this game to keep improving. And if the developers can have some kind of say in that, then good. We don't want them just setting it and forgetting it and just letting us deal with the meta. And if things just end up horrible later on down the line, they can just be like, well, you know, that's organic, you know?
But we also don't want to go NRS route because as we've seen with the number of patches that NRS did with the game, it turned off a certain class of players who were just like, you know, I remember seeing Viscount talk about this, how when MKX came out, he's like, I really wanted to learn this game and I had fun with it, and then this patch changed the way I played my character, and so I'm done because I put all this time into it and now it's completely different. And there's a lot of people like him. He's not a lone guy where he's just like, just yelling at clouds. Yeah. There are a lot of people who don't want to see characters that they put a lot of work in change significantly.
Yeah.
And you shouldn't have to change them that significantly. And I'm kind of worried that Nak might change so significantly that she just goes from being really strong to just being stupid, you know, and not in a fun way. Just being stupid, like, you know, like, you can't do anything.
You can definitely fix her to where she's still the same character, just not as safe or invincible during shit.
Right, which is like, you know, the optimal way of nerfing somebody. But like we've seen time and time again, sometimes that's just not enough for developers, you know?
Yeah, and to make it worse, SNK is new to all this with patching, and now they're doing their own tournament starting early next year or something like that. And we're going to see how this works out for them because people are going to complain, hey, this character's too strong. And like, hypothetically, let's just say Nakoruru doesn't get patched, she just dominates and is in like every top 8, whatever, wins every tournament, isn't that team. People are just gonna associate, like, oh, well, you know, this is the game. It's like, oh, it's just Nakoruru. The game is broken, it's busted. Yeah, and it sucks that people think that. It sucks that it's happening, but whatever. Like, no one wants to figure out how to counter her. And don't get me wrong, it's very difficult to counter her, but it's possible.
No, yeah.
You need to understand how to fight her, and you'll go from there. But I'm not saying it's easy. It is hard. I'm not going to say, anyone can do it.
I think characters are going to be good. Well, I was going to say, yeah, exactly. I was about to say, top tier is always going to get bitched about. I mean, just look at NRS. Yeah. They keep changing the game, and every time they change something, the fucking pitchforks come out about whoever's the best character in the game. Like Alien right now. I mean, you know, it's Tanya, Predator, Alien. Like, it's every time something gets changed, something gets added. So I think, honestly, you need to stop listening to SRK fighting game discussion and people like that, and basically just let the game sit for 2 to 3 months, and then take people who not necessarily even just actively part of the scene. You just need to have a team that tests the game itself. It's like, look at Arxis. Pachi doesn't seem to give a shit about what anybody says.
That's good.
And to be honest, I tend to like the balance changes that they've done. Or KI, look at Iron Galaxy. They test internally and determine patches based on that. They don't tend to listen to player feedback. Why? Because most of the feedback that you hear is going to be loud complaining. It's not actually going to be constructive criticism.
It's also going to be people that are, as I said on Twitter last night, coming at it with limited data from personal experiences and not really taking into account what other people are experiencing. And I think a lot of that could be alleviated if information was available universally, like stuff like frame data. And I know Atma is working tirelessly to get that up, but honestly, that shouldn't even be on him. That should be on SNK to like at least give us that. There's like so many games out right now that just give you that shit up front. You know?
Yeah.
It doesn't really make any sense to make a fighting game without it at this point. I mean, even Street
what
Fighter
are you
5
talking about? KOF 14 is a complete game.
No, it's a complete
Does
game.
everything.
I would never say it's not an incomplete game. It's just like even joking or not joking, it's just that it kind of felt like when it came out and there wasn't anything like that, and every other game had at least like an app on the phone that you could look at to like reference that stuff. It felt just like 13 again, where we're swinging in the dark. We don't know we don't know what's safe. We don't know what's punishable. We're over here guessing.
Yeah, we don't even know what to use to punish.
Right,
you know?
and the only one that's pushing that agenda is Nak. Nobody cares about how to punish K.
Yeah.
And that's the thing that's driving me nuts. I'm explaining to people, hey, K's pretty goddamn strong too. Oh no, Nakoruru's the pro. No.
Yeah,
There
the
are
guy,
other strong characters.
the
Guy loses 3 characters to point K-Dash, but Nakoruru's the problem.
Yeah, I was about to say,
right?
That guy's K-Dash put in so much work during top 8 yesterday, and everybody's still bitching about Nakoruru. It's like,
I feel like
Dude,
K-Dash
come
even
on.
can counter Nakoruru. I mean,
Probably.
what does she do about Iron Trigger?
When Narrow Spike is safe on block, I mean, like, who does anything about that?
Man,
Yeah.
I needed to get this bit of strategy out here. All right, so Nakoruru has a bird, right?
Mhm.
So that's making her strong. How about we just go to the very obvious counter of multiple birds? Geese.
Yes.
Right there.
Just make Geese's counter like able to counter the bird and just like grab a knock from anywhere on the screen. That'd be awesome.
No, I mean, I'm half joking and I'm half serious.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
He's actually not that bad at stopping some of her bullshit since it's a 1-frame counter, and if like she
Yeah.
clings and you know she's gonna drop on top of you, you just do fucking high counter and it's like, there you go.
Yeah.
And the other issue is there's a lot of people saying stupid things on how to counter her. Like, I read a bunch of people telling me like, oh, you know, all you need to counter her is a 1-frame grab, and that's dumb. Like she can set it to where she's safe, and she's never in grab distance.
Yeah, or you know, you could do stuff like, oh, you could just invulnerable or a guard point, which you definitely can, but like you essentially have to put yourself out there.
Yeah, you can't just be like, okay, here's how I react to this. Like, well, first of all, she has to do something really dumb from like full screen that you can do.
I think
that.
the problem with so much information that's presented is that nobody ever presents the counter that the opponent can make to your counter.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So a 1-frame grab and armor are suggestions, right? Which character has both? Maxima. So here's the thing. Let's say she does the very generic block string of down A, down C, A slide, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's 0 on block. More or less. From me testing it, I couldn't get it to be anything different. Like, I think if you add a third A, it starts to get fucky, but at that point, you can poke at the down C because it'll whiff.
Mm.
So you just stay still and then you counter her there. Or if you know she's going to do double A into down C into slide, you grab her. If you know she's going to stay on the ground, because you know it's 0, that means it's not guaranteed. She can hold up. Or if you know she's going to mash, you do down C with Maxima, auto guards it, smacks her, and you get a vapor cannon knockdown.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone's like, oh yeah, just mash down C. It's like, no. Please tell me what she can do so we can actually make this a fighting game and we have to go through the circle of options. Yeah, her options are a bit more annoying and more easy to do, but hey, at least we have a decision tree. This is why we play fighting games. I don't want the fucking set play garbage over and over again.
you know what? And to be completely honest, whatever happened about accepting that certain characters had safe block strings and chip damage?
Yeah, like it's a part of the game.
It's been a part of fucking SNK games for a while.
I saw so many people try to poke between like knock block strings and just get counter hit, and I'm like, you know what's coming. Why are you hitting buttons?
Because I want to blow it up.
The part that got me is whenever somebody would see the bird cling and they're at full screen and it's like, okay, I can't run at her because she's going to fucking dive into super, right? I can't really roll at it at most ranges because I run the risk of her holding onto it for a bit longer and doing fucking drop and getting frame advantage or a combo off of that. So I kind of just have to wait her out for a bit until the fucking bird ride ends, right? But how many people did we see just be at full screen and be like, time to fucking super jump? Whoa! It's like the fucking picture of the guy riding the bike and he just puts the fucking stick in the middle of his spokes. It's like, how did this happen? Why did I let this happen?
The best had to be people getting hit by a level 3. Like,
there's a lot of button pushing, a lot of impatience.
Yeah. Which is, you know, the signs of the character in a game being new.
Yeah.
So, how about we let things simmer?
Yeah.
Or, you know what? Actually,
go watch some old CVS2 videos where people hold down back for 10 seconds.
Yeah.
Actually, I have the best idea. We nerf Nak by giving her 900,000 health.
Oh.
That'll show her.
Wow.
you gotta, Jesus.
Yeah.
But no, like I feel like, well, the main thing, even with Nak, if she gets nerfed, like we'll still be in a situation where we don't know shit, you know.
Yeah,
people are
that's
going
really true.
People are going to be developing really slowly, and that's going to really hurt the game's growth because the one thing that a lot of people complained about in 13 was that they just didn't know what these characters did and what worked and what was safe and what was unsafe and what was fast or what was considered fast. And you could tell them, like, you know, based on your experience, but you couldn't give them numbers, you know, give them nothing to be confident in. And then stuff would get blown up that you thought was gospel, and you're like, well, I guess that's not good, you know, a year later. So I just don't know how we're not getting that already. We should be. And I think that'll make a lot of people who are on the fence about this game feel a lot more comfortable with coming in, even with Nak being broken. You know, at least they'll be able to say this is why it's good. You know, because nobody knows why it's good right now.
It's just, well, you know, the thing too is, it's like you guys were saying. It's like if she gets nerfed, new characters move up.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's like the whole argument that people used to give about, oh, just take Chun out of Third Strike, the game will be fine. No, it fucking won't. There's characters right below her that still destroy the rest of the cast.
It's just not
So,
as bad.
Yeah, there's always going to be top tier, and you got to learn how to fight it. That's it. You either play it or learn to fight it.
Yeah, the issue is everyone wants patches and shit nowadays because, like, oh, hey, Killer Instinct gets patched, KI gets patched, why don't we get patches? That's what everyone wants. They think that's the way of the future, and don't get me wrong, it just might be, but people need to accept the game for what it is right now until that comes.
I think the willingness to patch and the ability to do so is definitely something that we should have, but it doesn't mean we have to have it, you know, to be legitimate. I think we can totally have a game that isn't patched every couple of months, maybe every year, like SNK said, and it'll be just fine. They just have to, you know, do it kind of coherently, you know.
I mean,
Yeah.
like the people calling for knee jerk, we're 2 weeks, whatever the fuck, into the game now, and people are like, this character needs to go, like just gut her, pull all of her teeth out, and it's like,
Yeah.
you know, suddenly we end up with a Nak that's like, oh yeah, Bird Cling is 40 frame fucking startup, it's a counter hit state that auto juggles her, and she's now unplayable. So all you Nak mains, have fun.
Yeah, she's basically a sponge at that point. You know, you don't want that. That actually kills the hype for the game.
Yeah, and I'd rather kind of have a game where everyone's kind of strong, for, you know, reasonable reasons.
Yeah.
Which makes things fun. But the knee-jerk fucking cries for patching is fucking dumb. Like, I mean, the fact that I saw somebody have a 40-minute rant video on just Nak, and I'm like, there's not 40 minutes worth of anything here. Like, there was 10 minutes worth of complaining, and then, you know, we could have done something else, guys.
Member select.
There was something I was gonna bring up.
Let's go. Okay.
Oh, the reason I said 900,000 health is that was Sentinel in
Order
NBC3.
select.
That was
God,
Vanilla
yeah.
Scent. Vanilla Scent had big boy health. Remember that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And everyone
And they
bitched.
won.
They bitched, and suddenly he got down to fucking 900k, and it's like
It was like 915 or some shit. Yeah, some
it's
arbitrary number.
Yeah, some arbitrary numbers, and it's suddenly like, oh wow, you know, it only took another month for every character in the cast to have kill potential at 1 million health.
Yeah, and then they found out that Sentinel's a trash can. And honestly, if he had had that extra health, he might not have been a big trash can.
He just would have been a bigger trash can.
Yeah? He might have been a more playable trash can.
Like, he made the good point, well, like, or a point that I would do, the Pachi way, or even the Iron Galaxy way, it's like, yeah, they don't take the immediate fan feedback because honestly, there's a lot of emotion and there's a lot of jackassery to it. However, even if you're not saying what the problem is, they're watching. If they suddenly see like, oh, here's fucking SCR's KOF tournament and it's ×3 Nakoruru versus ×3 Nakoruru, maybe they're like, let's take a look at this character.
Or one day Neo G just wakes up and he's like, oh, I think everything this character does invincible. I'm just like, you're just like, I feel like, on a whim. I'm just gonna, let's try this out. Whatever.
I'm gonna buff first.
Yo guys, the game volume is apparently mad loud.
Oh, it is?
Yeah.
Let me get it all over.
Oh man.
It's also got no music because it's still on pre-show mode. It's alright.
Oh.
So
like,
it's a talk show. It doesn't matter.
I think Verse just doesn't have enough. So we're gonna rename him Versace,
Jesus.
and now all his moves are 100 times more fabulous.
Damn.
How do you even stop that?
Since he's more expensive, he has a lot more meter, but it acts the same way. So instead of like 1 meter, it takes 1,000 meter to do a level 1.
It's just frustrating because I understand that there are legitimate problems. Like, damn, this character might be too safe. She might be really good, but it's also like, maybe you just figured out what top tier is early.
Yeah,
that generally happens with KOF games. We usually find who the best character in the game is within like the first week or two, and it very rarely ever changes. The thing I've always wanted is, like right now, I personally feel Chang is trash garbage.
yeah.
He is literally a useless character in my opinion.
Yeah.
I've been testing crap out with him. I haven't found anything good with him. His normals are trash. He can't get anything really good off of his close up. He gets a hard knockdown from his close C, which is dumb as shit. I mean, mind you, I understand an iron ball knocking you down when it's coming down like at that speed and with that much heft. Perfectly understandable, but this is a video game. I want some unrealism from my shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, like, why aren't people complaining about that? Why don't they complain about, oh, these characters are bad? Why don't you make these characters better instead of, oh, this one character, piece of shit, I don't like her.
It's totally
She's
gonna
beating
make
the crap out
everything.
of me.
It'll totally make my day so much better if you just clip her wings right away.
Yeah, why don't we bring the bottom line upward, where more of the cat, like you could like, it's gonna be hard. This character is still gonna be strong, but your struggle will be less problematic, and that would ultimately make the game, a lot funner.
Because let's face it, because you still have the same damn options whether or not Mac can do stuff to them or not, and those options get blown up by other people in the game. So it's like, you're not really solving your character's problem. You're just gonna find something else, like you say, to be frustrated with, and it's just gonna require more fixes that they could have dealt with earlier on. So I think people should just chill a little bit.
Like make Xanadu do something.
Yeah.
Actually, he doesn't seem that bad.
I mean, he doesn't seem that good either, though. I've messed around with him. I tried out some of his stuff, and it's just like, man, he's completely underwhelming. Like, the coolest thing he has is his crouch kick launches, so you can do shit off of it, but you don't really get much off of it.
I like his EX run grab. That's pretty stupid.
That shit's fun. You just run through a max laser.
Yeah, I mean, I would rather have the bottom line brought up. Maybe you have to rework some stuff, But
You know what actually weirds me out is how counterwire, or critical wire, whatever, wall bounce, for Max's vapor cannons just doesn't exist unless it's the EX one.
Yeah.
So instead of getting like, oh, I got hooked the fuck up because I hit a C vapor cannon while they were jumping, now they get wall splatted, and it's like, unless I have meter for a super beam, or I'm right in their ass, like I basically had them cornered when I did this, I don't get as much.
Yeah.
It seems like a really weird decision that they kind of just applied as a system-wide change for anything that you would normally expect with wall bounce.
Yeah, it's really strange. It seems like they wanted to test out a bunch of new system mechanics with this game, see what works and what doesn't. And I like some, but at the same time, I don't like others. It's a toss-up.
Yeah. I mean, there's certain moves that, like, it seems like they really tried to give almost everybody a command normal to extend their combo potential and people's hit confirms. But at the same time, like a lot of moves or certain things, don't really know what the purpose is for. Like K-Dash's punch follow up to Iron Trigger, the forward heavy punch. I don't really know what that does. You can't super cancel it.
It's a juggle. It's in the corner juggle.
Yeah.
Is it?
Yes.
Yeah. It's not even that
So-
good.
I mean,
for that
so is literally all the other ones.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
the thing. It's the fun thing is it's just slightly easier if you do blah 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 EX Iron Trigger forward heavy one, and then you just do this whatever you do normally. It's honestly just adds a hit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Because like stuff like that, and then someone was complaining about it. I think it was Badoofus, which I kind of agree with. Is that Robert's overhead is good in a combo. You can combo off the dive kick off of it. You know, if you get to activate, you can do EX dive kick and combo off of that. But if you land a raw overhead, you don't get any. You can't activate because you're airborne. You can't cancel it. You can't dive out of it. It's kind of weird.
And it's basically just Leona's forward B. It's just you can't do anything with it. It works in reverse. It's the weirdest shit.
Yeah, you don't even get like a hard knockdown or able to super it or nothing.
Is he at least advantage on hit?
On hit, yeah. Like you're not gonna get destroyed for doing it, and it's good for you can take someone out the end. It blows up lows, but in a game where essentially converting off a random hit to get like 30, 40, 50%, it just sometimes doesn't feel that good unless like you really need to blow something up low, but then you hit him and then what do you get? You get another neutral situation to where you still have to worry about getting hit yourself.
Yeah, you don't really get rewarded for it.
It has purposes, but it's just like it's fairly underwhelming.
Just play
Like even forward B, even if you do it raw, you can cancel it. Forward B, it gives you a really long range poke that you can activate off of and pick up a combo if you just see it hit. You're like, this guy's far away and he's not safe, but maybe I can punish him with this. I can pick it up. But if you like forward A, it's just like you get the overhead.
What the hell
Good
was
job.
that?
So I don't know. It's just like not everything I guess necessarily needs the greatest purpose, but give it something.
I agree. Just play Nelson. All his shit works. He's like the only character that gets away with that crap because everything he can chain into his overheads, except they don't combo.
Just pick Hein, dude, and if you ever corner someone, overhead wins you the game.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. It's like, well, this is an overhead that does a hard knockdown that I can cancel into my dive kick, which still keeps them standing. Time to keep hitting them.
It's
like wow, that's amazing.
It's just like,
How do you do that?
Why do these characters only get this and everybody else gets shit? Like,
it's like, dude, this guy's got a high-low mix-up, and he can put a projectile on Oki.
yeah.
Well, I think the argument I'll put there is that Hein doesn't have a DP, doesn't have a real fireball.
Yeah.
But Robert does. So I mean,
Oh, yeah.
like you're trying to give me like the fucking George Foreman grill over here of fucking characters. Like just set it and forget it. I got every option.
I mean, that's K-Dash, that's Iori.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, no, but Iori doesn't.
Look,
K-Dash
hold
doesn't
on.
have a command grab, son.
Oh, you're right. Give
Guys,
K-Dash a command grab.
guys.
It's only
The
99%.
Ronco rotisserie was to set it and forget it, alright? Get that shit right. You can't be spewing out bullshit facts on the show, okay? We're
Oh, my
not that type of
apologies.
show.
We don't have Badoofus around.
we need Badoofus back here at least to check on his frame data.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Wow, Hanzo's really actually kicking everybody's ass in this room.
Yeah, what did you
Come in the
expect?
room. Like, hey, everyone, just come in the room, play Hanzo Gonzo.
Well, there's people playing their own matches right now. I need to kick
Yeah,
them
I
out.
know. Those people are dumb. Kick them out.
Yeah.
Like,
You're coming around.
Get the
Yeah,
fuck
come into the room, sit in the tournament area, play Hanzo Gonzo.
That's
See how
the
well
rule.
you fare.
That is the rule.
Yeah, you need to be in this room and play.
I can't shut down other other cells, right? I have to just let them rock.
I have
'cause-
no idea.
Yeah,
Yeah, I don't think so.
that's weak.
Well, I mean, if you guys really want to play, go just make your own room, like whatever.
Seriously, why are you coming here? I'm not gonna stream you.
This
anyway.
is, yeah.
Like if you
this-
find somebody in my room, exchange PSNs and hang out.
Yeah.
It's a
Oh,
di-
we're the Craigslist for matches.
Misconnections. I saw that you played. I saw that you played Zarina. I need more matchups.
It's like I was playing mature and kept spamming EX Despair. You were the Zarina that kept actually landing all your max mode combos. Please teach me.
I'll share my real name with you on PSN.
Wow.
My Facebook profile.
Let's not be too hasty now. You know, save that for a third, fourth session.
Lower expectations.
You were the Nelson that mashed A on Wake Up. I need to fight more scrubs. Hit me up.
Teach me to not push buttons against a
please add Hell Pockets when you talk about it.
I mean, he's right there. Yo, my man jabbed lightning. I can't talk shit.
Yeah, I know, man.
Dude, that was the best.
That is the most legit thing
I was
I've
like,
ever seen in this
oh
game.
man, he lost though. Oh what? I saw counter and I was like,
Sink
no
to your
way.
knees.
By the way, I sat down with that. You can definitely do that on reaction.
Oh yeah.
Nice.
Oh yeah. Because if you look at it closely, I definitely did a meaty like crouch B, and it it ate. That's what all the invulnerable frames got allocated to. So that misses, and I just whip cancel it into the 5A, and I'm like, yeah, Nelson's done.
I played a match online, and I just saw a fucking level 3 coming from Benny, and I was like, if Pockets can do it.
No
Just
fear.
running, man.
Yeah.
Oh man. See, that's what I'm talking about. So like we're still discovering stuff like that in this game. Where like people are like, oh man, that super's not invulnerable or safe on block. I'm like, yeah, it's kind of sucky that we have to figure this out during a tournament. But hey, at least we know now, right? You spend 3 bars, you get stuffed by a fireball. Like,
I mean, King of Fighters 14 is definitely in its growth period. Remember when we had stuff like fucking what was it? Early confirms Birdie's the best fucking character in the game, you know? You know, shit like that. We're gonna learn, we're gonna see things. Eventually there probably will be a patch, but, you know, don't just like cry for just be like, I have to scream at the top of my lungs on the highest mountain, nerf Nakoruru.
Why am I not playing Zarina? Holy shit.
yeah, she's good. She's really fucking good.
It's fucking wild.
Speaking of the game being early, there's something that's been bugging me, and this is a KOF community thing. For whatever reason, the KOF community has always thought the game was different than other games. And I mean, mind you, all games are different in their way, but they're the same. But like, they'll say shit like, you know, there's no such thing as this in KOF, there's no such thing as that. When 13 came out, there's no such thing as frame traps. There's no such thing, like things like that.
No frame traps in KOF?
Yeah, no frame traps in KOF. No frame traps, no mix-ups.
Oh no! You got flexed on.
The butt slam.
Now with this one, people are saying that I've seen several people say this, by the way, that there's no matchups in King of Fighters. Like, there's no matchups at all in this game. It all relies on the player's skill. Like,
What kind of fucking 1998 GameFAQs fucking discussions are they having?
Yeah.
they're not talking to Kamagura. That much we know. he knew there were matchups.
Oh, Kamagura he was too good for this world. Rest in peace.
I just like it would just do a lot. It would do a lot more to eliminate a lot of these heated conversations that I keep running across on Twitter, where people are complaining after the fact that, you know, people are being shitty to them, or they're saying shitty things, or they're not getting things right. And I'm like, man, we can just solve all this if there's just like a reference. That way, people can't argue if they're right, if they're wrong, because it's right there.
Well, here's the thing. They've been wrong about Tripguard for
That's true.
6 years.
Yeah, yeah.
And by 6 years, I mean in our eyes, they've been wrong about it for 94 to 2016. How many years does that give me?
Well, no, they didn't say it back in the day. It's a new thing.
But how many years is that? Like how many?
It's like 18,
20.
Okay, yeah,
20,
26.
something like that. Yeah.
But let's just say the term somewhere in the 90s, the term Tripguard is created by James Chen. And you know, it's introduced into the public fucking eye, and suddenly we want to use it for things, and you know, we just kind of tell them it's like it doesn't exist in this game, and we have years of Evo commentary where people are just repeatedly saying this shit after being corrected, after having multiple PSAs, after us having at least 3 shows complaining about it. At length.
I think this will be number 4.
Yeah, this is number 4.
This is, just a sidebar. It's probably the most people who've listened to us complain about this ever, 670. So it might actually get the word across this time.
Oh, it might? Good.
It might actually do it this time.
Just stop.
I'm getting tired of talking about it.
Like you mentioned, it'd be great to have a public resource that people can point to and say, like, no, man, look at this chart, look at this stuff that's been scienced out by, you know, our top fucking technicians out in the field. Top men have figured this science out, and they're still gonna ignore it. That's where it starts getting a problem. Like, if you start telling me it's like, oh, it was a Tripguard anti-air. 1, that's an oxymoron. 2, you're a fucking moron. Jesus.
Yeah. You can't fix that kind of thinking because some people are just gonna say what they're comfortable with. Jesus Christ.
No, I'm sorry. I'm watching Hanzo Gonzo steamroll. This is hilarious.
But at the same time,
It's
like,
getting pretty brutal out there.
for everybody else, it's going to be like, and this goes actually back towards commentary, where for people who want to like do that kind of work for this game and try to hype that up, they're going to need these numbers to at least talk to people who play other fighting games, and they don't want to hear all this like, you know, SNK lore. They don't want to hear like, hey, this used to be good in this year and this, you know, like, no. I just want to know how many frames this is on startup and how many frames is it on block. Can you tell me that?
Since we do have so many people watching, let's actually do them a service and explain something. Tripguard.
I did this earlier.
You did? Good.
Yeah.
Did you explain it just doesn't exist at all?
No, it does exist.
But
in this game, yeah, of course I explained it doesn't exist. I've been thinking about this for like 2 billion years.
God fucking Christ! Just like, if you're on commentary for this game and somebody else says it, just politely or as gingerly as you want it, or as brutally as you want it, just remind your commentator they're a dumb shit. Like, it's like, no, you're wrong, man.
There should definitely be some Pee Wee Herman secret word. Like, if someone says it, just start screaming, be like, "Ah, you said the secret word! You're a dumbass!
I'm gonna stab you."
I need Cherry to roll in.
You know, I don't agree with that exactly. You should correct them, but don't be a dick about it. Like, don't do it on a live broadcast. If you want to do it in between breaks, hey, dumbass, there's no trip guarding. Stop saying that shit. And then when the cameras are back on you, boom, fine, everything's normal.
Can you lose your shit if you happen to have the marionette from Pee Wee's Playhouse?
Yes, you can.
Okay.
What instead if I have a fucking couch with a face on it?
What if you let them know?
Oh, man, that was
what
the best.
if you let them know preemptively? Be like, all right, here's the rule. Don't say this. It's the secret word for today.
Yeah.
Today's secret word is burst damage.
Oh, that actually got used.
It definitely did.
That was good.
God damn it, Rich.
And I feel like those things only get used in the absence of real information. You know, like
if you're wanting to commentate something, and you know, maybe you don't have a lot of time to put in things, at least discuss with people throughout the community. You know, try and really kind of figure it out.
Well, I mean, like, it's not even so much that. It's just, well, the main thing I would say is, like, hey, if you're going to say it and, you know, you're going to get it wrong, and if somebody tells you that's not how it is, do your best to at least ask them why that is, and if they can explain it to you in a, like, you know, a suitable fashion, then accept it, you know? Don't be one of these guys, and I talked about it last night, or who just thinks that, hey, I can't afford to be wrong on this. Because people are looking up to me to be the source of information, and this hurts my street cred.
Yeah, I never got that. What is? There's nothing against being corrected as long as you're able to better yourself from it.
Yeah, and it's not even hard. Like, I get that it can kind of suck, especially if somebody's not that cool about it. You know, they're kind of a dick about it. You're just like, well, I don't want to accept if he's right because he was mean to me, you know? And I can see how people can be like that, but, you know, like, you have to grow up. I mean, like, shit, Gibby told me last night, I don't know much about this fucking game. I just know enough to commentate, and people love it. But I don't know everything about every KOF game ever. I know about 11, 12, and 13. And a little bit about this.
Yeah.
The bad games. That's what I know. I know about the awesome games. I know about the games that came later on.
Jeez.
But I don't know about...
A quick sidebar. I saw somebody finally DP one of Hanzo's block screens.
Thank you, right? I was like waiting for that. And it's Eltro. Eltro from New York is DPing Hanzo Gonzo in frickin' California. So yeah, that's just the main thing. Like, just be open to that, you know. Don't fucking hey, man.
No, people need to understand that no one knows everything.
Yeah.
Like you could be corrected, and if someone corrects you and you're unsure, go test it for yourself.
Yeah.
Figure it out. And if you're wrong, admit you're wrong. Don't be one of those dipshits like, oh yeah, I've always done this. Yeah, I know. No.
My teacher gave me
I've never done
F
this.
on my book report, so I wrote a 10-page thesis on why I'm not wrong.
And she gave me an F on that too because
And so like and you have to be able to admit that you're wrong, and in doing that you become a better commentator and probably a better player, because you're like, at least I'm open to like, you know, learning why this isn't the way I thought it was. And I think that's the main reason why other fighting game scenes do so well, is because you have more people in there that want to have that information correct versus be the one to be saying it, you know? I think KOF suffers from an abundance of people who call themselves experts but don't actually play fighting games at a high level, you know?
It's not necessarily play fighting games at a high level. They only play KOF.
Or
they
that,
only,
yeah.
Here's the issue. I'm gonna go on a minor rant. Apologize right now. There's been an issue with the King of Fighters scene for well over a decade, well over 15 years. KOF players only play KOF. They only know KOF. They hold their game in higher standards than other games. But King of Fighters is a much better game than Street Fighter. KOF is better than this game. That's stupid. Shut the fuck up. The game is all they know, and they don't know the game very well. When someone tells them they're wrong, they lose their shit. No, I've been playing this game for 20 years. I know what I'm talking about. You're wrong. Gets proven wrong? Well, you know, back in my day, it was never like that. Yeah, it was. KOF hasn't changed much at all. Like, don't get me wrong, things are slightly different. For the most part, like KOF 13 to KOF, say, 96, things are the same. There's just slight gameplay differences. All the mechanics still function about the same. They just added HD, they added this, and so on and so forth. But there have never been, like here in the States especially, at least in North America in general, there have never been KOF experts. People who can break a game down. There have been like maybe 4 or 5 of us. That's it. Everyone else just like, oh, I play KOF. Oh, like, what do you know? Oh, you know, this is what I do. Why do you do that? Oh, that's what I see, you know, people in Japan do. So I see people in Taiwan do. That's what I see people in China do. I'm like, oh, okay, that's stupid. And it gets frustrating when people do shit like that. And like, while other fighting games are the same, you have an abundance of people doing this for Street Fighter V, or not doing this, but getting information out there for Street Fighter V, getting information out there for Guilty Gear, Mortal Kombat. Like, I'm looking at other scenes, and for the past 5-6 years, you have plenty of people doing this shit instead of spreading bullshit.
Oh, what the fuck?
The KOF scene, it's a bunch of people just saying, hey, let's do, this is a thing. Why is it a thing? Oh, I don't know, this is a thing. Can someone break it down? Someone will break it down eventually. And like, now with like, it's really easy to make videos, just to put them up on Twitter or some shit. The problem is, the good videos are getting drowned out by the dumb shit on Twitter. It's like, oh, hey, look, information here. Nothing. But hey, check this out. Look at this dumb glitch. Oh man, this game is stupid. This game is busted. And then no one explains how stuff works. No one explains why it works. Oh, the room got killed?
Yeah, the connection just died.
Oh, did Hanzo Gonzo like beat everybody that bad?
I mean, I didn't even touch anything, and it was just like, nope, you're done. I'm like, okay.
Maybe that was the issue. You need to touch more
certainly
things.
didn't lose.
We met our burn knuckle quota for the day.
I'll reopen it.
I gotta reposition my laptop now, man. I was getting comfortable. Okay, there you go.
I'll reinvite everybody, but
it's hard.
Oh, Reynolds
it's
on?
hard getting the right information out there, especially when news sources will put up whatever information they see, thinking it's helpful to a game. And it's just true. And then on top of that, you have like people who have like weight behind their names, like Hell Pockets, for instance. Hell Pockets, and there's a bunch of other people. They have a lot of followers. People respect them. People listen to their opinions, and then they say shit and they're wrong. And people are like, oh, well, you know, Hell Pocket said I can, I don't know, jump B and cancel into A while I'm landing, and I can get a jump A, jump B, and it's sick. Hell Pocket said that, but I can't do it. But he said it, so it's right. It's not how it works. Like that's the way people are. Like they just take shit for what it is. They don't try to figure it out on their own. And the King of Fighters scene has almost always been that way. And it sucks. Like we used to watch combo videos, and everyone's like, oh, that's sick, and they used to just try to recreate the combos. No one knew how to do it. So like 5 of us took it upon ourselves to break down the combo videos and write guides and make videos and do all this shit. And then all of us are dead now. No, like literally 2 of those people are dead. And the other 2 are just gone, and then there's this old broken hand piece of shit that's on this show. That's it. And it sucks. Like I don't know why people don't put more informational videos out there. It's just like they want to discover something, claim credit for it, and that's it. They don't want to genuinely help people get better. They just want to be like, hey, look at me. I created the proximity option select taco, everybody. How do you like me?
Great. Yeah, now's definitely a great time though to really help out the community, you know. Just try and see what you figured out, test it, and make sure that, you know, it's not complete bullshit, and, you know, put it out there. Definitely have a lot of areas where we can have groups of people kind of create more of a web of exactly what's going on, and then you get a more cohesive look at how the game plays out.
Oh, peer review? Is it peer review? Are we doing peer review?
Yeah, this is gonna be actual science.
Oh no. I'm glad we get to enjoy Hell Pockets buttons.
Getting fucking blown up. Oh, I have nothing to add from this. I'm focusing on this mature matchup.
I know, yeah.
Well, it's like we did some of this for 13, so trying to help with some of the frame data stuff that was out there already, spreading that around when people were starting to put that. It's not really that hard to try to actually contribute something meaningful.
Yeah, and if you guys got, like content or guides, definitely just tweet it at us. We'll help, try and spread the word best we can.
Oh, actually, I will say this. Yeah. If you need somebody to write your fucking tutorial or combo video guide for either notations or simple descriptions of what you're trying to explain, please ask me for fucking feedback. Some of the way you people explain shit pisses me off. Like, just ask anybody that you've seen has delivered a tutorial video with a decent explanation. Like, if you read it, it should be a really quick sentence, and you should be able to understand the concept very quickly. If I have to read a 4-word sentence multiple times because you used some fucking abstract term incorrectly, somebody that's new that's coming into it is gonna have way fucking harder time than I am trying to figure out what the fuck you're saying.
Think about it as if you're writing your resume. You don't want to use terminology. You want to write to the layman. You want to write to anybody so they could see what's going on. Just be like, oh yeah, I used to manage TRP 356 while doing this, and it's like, what am I looking at? You can explain it in general terms, and you can do it fairly concise, manner.
Or you could even use just very easy to understand or easy to look up terms. It's like, this is a cross-up, right? You could just say, this move from K-Dash is now a cross-up. And you're like, okay, I don't know what a cross-up is as a relatively new fighting game player. Let me just Google it really quickly. Let's see what comes up. Cross-up.
Yeah, and this game especially has things like cross-unders.
Exactly. But if you fucking make a video and you're like, yo, look at this taco setup, and it's like, shut the fuck up. Like, you've just made this needlessly complex to look up.
But we got anything else? I mean, we've honestly just been talking about 14, and we've lost our host to netplay, it seems.
I'm trying to fill dead air while Hanzo's getting back in the room.
Here, I'll do this. Anthony, you attended an event up in NorCal. How'd that go? What happened?
So this event is called CVS 209. It's in the 209 area code, Central Valley of California, Stockton, Manteca, Modesto area. It's really great. It's pretty much like a monthly. I think it's like the third to last week. I don't know exactly when we're gonna have it, but it's usually on a Sunday. If you have time to make it out there. So the only games so far are Street Fighter V, but now they added, King of Fighters 14, thus the CVS 209. The first inaugural tournament, we had 9 entrants. It was really good. It's run by DJ Cream, Daryl Bunau. He's a friend of ours from the show. He's a part of the Anime Evo crew, one of the head members. He puts on a good tournament. He runs it well. He doesn't join because he wants to make sure that it runs efficiently. It was really cool going out there and playing against people. We had people from different areas. We had a player from Berkeley. We had Carlo was there. He's from Sacramento. I was there with my brother. We were from Newark. There's surrounding areas also get a lot of love, and there are people out there that play. So if you're kind of looking for stuff up there, not only that, but all the matches have been uploaded to YouTube. We can't stream because the internet's not really that good there. I believe it's on a YouTube channel called Jotai. I'll try and find the link. YouTube. Provided by what's it called? Johnny. Yes, here it is. It's just look up YouTube Jotai. Pretty much youtube.com/user/Juin Shitao. But just look up YouTube and Jotai and you'll be able to find the match. Joutai. There's commentary on some of that. I've done it for actually some of it, the grand finals and other likes. Unfortunately I lost, but I wasn't really too disappointed. I really wasn't expecting to do well at all, but a lot of my matches came really close. A good variety of characters. LeBon playing random select and being a jackass. Really need to. I don't know how that's gonna help anybody, but whatever. He played a lot of criminals team though, so you don't want to get cheesed up by a bad matchup, I guess. Even in his favor.
That's actually,
I'm not entirely sure.
I mean,
it's not bad, but it was weird.
It's one of those things where it's like, like if you want to help people, you kind of have to be willing to give them your best for the most part.
Yeah.
I mean, there's no point in going easy on them, unless they're just trying to get concepts. I just never really understood the mentality that somebody was like, oh, this guy doesn't know what he's doing. I want him to get better, so I'm just gonna play somebody I don't use and then dick around and then teach him things that are not even good with that team. And then maybe one day down the line he might learn something when, if you play somebody that knows how to use that team. And yeah, it doesn't help.
Yeah, I mean that's fine. Doing it in tournament seems weird, but go for it.
Was that actually a tournament?
Yeah.
Okay. The only thing I saw was that Finest KO thing.
No, that was the day before.
Okay.
They had the Finest KO casual event. So this event happens at War Torn Front in Manteca. Again, you can look up CVS 209 on Facebook. That's where the event page is held. And it was, all in all, just a really good time. I enjoyed playing. I enjoyed commentating. I really like King of Fighters 14. I'm really glad, because for a while there, the only game I really wanted to play was Under Night, but I hadn't played it in a long time because nobody else has really been playing it.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody waiting for, ST, but who knows when that'll hit.
Ever gets announced.
Yeah, exactly. But 14 is keeping me interested. It's probably the most I've played a fighting game in a long time. And every time I play Daimon, I learn so much more. It's awesome.
Nice.
That character has a lot more options than I thought initially. Oh man, Clark is just throwing them.
Jesus Christ, man! We should get Abe
Man,
here.
he doesn't even do the fucking thumbs up anymore, man.
Yeah. I really wish he had his DP kick, the Frankensteiner.
Yeah.
That way I don't have to do the follow up and just go, hey!
Hey!
You're a beast.
I like delay invincible grabs.
Buff Clark's Gator Roll. That's all that needs to happen. You give him a new move, it should be really good. Oh, this is Reiki. I just noticed that.
Oh shit, that's the Reiki.
The Reiki Kito of NorCal. My little brother. So technically Gibby's little brother.
I've got
He's another guy that...
That overhead is so funny.
I've got select brothers. You are blood brother, then that's pretty much it.
You can't really do much about it.
Your step brother or something like that.
Yeah. Oh shit! You did it. Okay.
Awesome.
Okay, I'm cool with that.
Oh, look at that! Just boom!
Just-
This place makes him explode.
That's
It's not
totally-
over yet, though.
That's right. Hey, name of the game is Health Meter.
Hey,
Doesn't-
okay, so way off topic here. So I play Gang Ill. I'm sorry. I play Gang Ill. Okay. Now, I really like the character design. He's just a short, but swole ass old guy kicking the shit out of you. Now, he really looks like an old celebrity to me. And I don't know how familiar you got. I'm sure all of you are familiar with him, but he looks just like Tom Jones to me. Now,
I can see that, yeah.
I want everyone to go look up Tom Jones, especially older Tom Jones, and tell me they just did not make buff ass Tom.
Yo, Taekwon Tom?
Yeah, Taekwon Tom. Yeah, that's what we're gonna go with.
Alright, shit. This one picture I found is actually...
Jesus Christ, this character's so good.
It's not unusual to be kicked by anyone.
Oh my god.
This is gonna be a dead man, yeah.
Jesus.
That's a lot of meter.
Ride 'em cowboy. Why does he do so much damage?
Efficiency.
Everybody game does that much
seriously.
damage.
Yeah, seriously. Alright, so is Hanzo here?
Did you send him an invite?
I sent him an invite. He's not here. Let me send it again, I guess. No, I wasn't even watching. Damn it. Hold on. I'm gonna get out of this. We're not. Damn it. Let me out
Look
of
at
this.
that toucan.
I'm getting out of this.
Ah, yes, the toucan is here.
Oh, I have to go back to frickin' lobby. Okay. I'm gonna invite somebody else too.
Who you invite?
Secret guest.
Secret guest.
Oh man, is it a lord? Is it a dark lord?
Is it a dark lord? Yeah, you could say that. All right, so until that match pops off again, we'll go back to our lovely mugs for the time being.
Oh, sick! Our beautiful faces.
Yeah, dude, this show's actually going really well. We should have did this years ago, except we didn't have KOF 14.
Yeah, King of Fighters 14. I don't know. It feels like we generally have a centralized topic we can focus on again.
Yeah, it's actually crazy because a lot of people are saying that they're actually legitimately surprised at this game, not necessarily because of how well it plays, but the netcode actually being fixed to a degree where it's actually playable.
I mean, I have to admit, I'm surprised.
That's never happened before.
I wanted to believe, but my heart didn't want to take the ache.
No, yeah, but that was totally one thing that we were like, if it didn't work out, we were like, oh well, it's like eat that craw, man.
I was expecting net play would be fine, probably not as good as this, and then party mode just being a travesty, and then the reverse happened. I don't understand that part, but luckily it gave us hope that maybe when they drop the patch, they could actually make it good. And now look, we're playing cross coast pretty decently.
Yeah, I was playing my buddy in Jersey, and it felt great. I played a buddy of mine in Belgium. It was perfect. It's the strangest shit to me because, I love SNK. I love all the games. I love everything about it, but I have no faith in them making online. And now this just, I'm a believer.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Sega went the other way and didn't even include it online on Blade Arcus.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
That's all for Chris. They're just doing it for Chris.
I'm pretty sure that's just one of the things where they're just like, hey, Chris Hellpocket said that he had eyes on Blade Arcus for whatever reason. Why, we don't know, but let's just not give a netcode. Let's just really just dead this thing immediately. Oh, Vicio's in here. Oh shit.
Nice.
What's up, Vicio? Absolute battle champion. There he is.
Yeah, and Vicio also streamed last night with some of the Texas crew. If you want to watch Good Texas KOF, go follow him on Twitch. His name is ON_VICIO.
Good KOF, as in, anybody but Sendo, that freaking fraud biter.
Wow.
That's right, I said it. Motherfucker called me ugly. Fuck him.
Damn.
He right though.
Wow. How rude.
Damn. Mute this motherfucker. Oh, dude. Wait, what? Hanzo, where you go? Okay, there he is. Stop ducking. He keeps coming in and popping out.
Speaking of online, actually, MK XL is finally coming to Steam.
Yeah.
And they will get it in early October.
Do we know the details on that yet? Is it a patch that we have to pay for, or?
Okay, from what I have seen, GameSpot was reporting on it. It looks like the balance updates. Oh, like they've added anyway. Anybody who has MKX on PC will just be able to download that.
Okay.
But Kombat Pack 2, which is what hasn't been released on PC, is still probably going to be a separate purchase.
Okay. So, like a lot of the characters and whatnot.
Yeah, so I think Kombat Pack 2 is like the 4 characters, and I think there might be some costumes too. But there's definitely an item page on Steam for that right now, so it looks like that will also be sold separately. Or you could just buy the whole MKXL on Steam, which will have everything.
Okay, because if I couldn't just update my current MKX on PC to the other one, I was gonna just say sorry, I'm not falling for that again. I'm not gonna make the jump. I'm not gonna have to pay $60 or whatever you want for the full thing. You already slighted me once, and I just don't want to have to deal with that again. But if I can get just maybe Kombat Pack 2 or whatever, okay, I can understand that. Can my patches also not be 30 gigabytes every time?
Jeez, I know. It'll be interesting to see because obviously they did the PC test with what they said was GGPO netcode, so it could actually end up that MKXL it has good online as well.
Awesome.
Was it GGPO code or GGPO-like code?
I have no idea, to be completely honest.
Okay, because I remember the last I heard, their code is very much like GGPO. They said it's like GGPO, but it's not. So they're just using some rollback. And I don't know. I don't think it's officially GGPO, but whatever. Rollback is rollback, right?
Yeah. So I'm interested to see if that changes anything for the MK community at all, because I know a lot of people were really burned when they didn't announce Kombat Pack 2 for PC, and a lot of people still, you know, getting it so late are kind of like, I'll still fuck NRS, but
Yeah.
I don't know. It's I hate to always say the old saying better late than never, but in some ways it is. In some ways it's not. I can completely understand, but
The main way it's not is that Injustice 2 is around the corner.
yeah, that's true. Is there? But there's no date on Injustice 2, right?
No, we could. All we could assume is second quarter.
Yeah, I was
next
gonna
year.
say probably around the same time MKX.
Yeah,
MKX came out, probably like
because
March-ish.
yeah, they've timed all their game releases to be in Evo, so we can only assume that it's coming out like in March or April,
Right.
and the community will definitely play it.
Yeah.
So it's,
yeah,
it's already
definitely.
yeah, it's already got a solid community behind it, so it definitely has numbers to be in Evo. Like it'll be fine. It's not one of those games like, hey, like Under Night, like, hey guys, you know this game's out, it's in time for Evo. Will it make it in Evo? No chance. That's what it's got.
That's really unfortunate. But I mean, it's understandable.
It's going to be weird, especially since
So Injustice
there's
2 is
rumors that MKX will get one more balance patch, but no one knows for sure. And if the game balances one more time, it'll be weird when Injustice comes out because the game will still be pretty alive.
Yeah.
You think we could
And-
actually have a situation where people are actually split or playing two games? Which would be
Yeah,
great, I
I'm
think.
wondering if that could actually happen.
I think that would be great, honestly. I feel like that
Yes.
should be happening already.
It's very likely going to be split, but it's not going to be like a bad split. It's going to be one of the good ones where people are playing both. Like most people are playing both, but only a few people are playing one or the other. I really do think that's how it's going to be until like Injustice 2 pans out a bit more and it gets more fleshed out. Then maybe more people will move on to it or stop playing it.
Be interesting. Really sure myself.
Mm.
Because I don't know, like I feel like Injustice and MK sort of have that Guilty Gear BlazBlue relationship where the games are similar enough, but then super different that people just sort of gravitate toward one whenever it's around.
I mean, it could go either way. I mean, if Injustice 2 offers enough different stuff than MKX, or MKXL, I don't see why they wouldn't. I mean, hopefully. I mean, I would hate to be like, oh, great, it's the same fucking game, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I don't know. You really don't know. It'll be an interesting situation.
But yeah.
Oh well. Either way, a lot of new games coming out pretty soon. Evo next year is going to be crazy, and I don't think we ever talked about it when he mentioned it, but Joey definitely already asking what people are interested in seeing way earlier than usual. I don't even know why he asked that anymore,
Because
honestly.
there's so
Joey
many
just trying to stir
goddamn
the pot.
games. Yeah, it's a mix of that, and there are so many games that are like viable Evo titles.
That's what I mean. I'm like, dude, like you might as well just like go with your gut at that point. Because I seriously said Uniel, because I still think Uniel should have some Evo presence, even if Evo presence brings the game back to like you know numbers in the triple digits, you know. Like I think it could do that. Obviously, that's not something that's going to end up on a Sunday final, but hey, it couldn't hurt to have it there.
I think the only way Uniel gets there is if ST actually comes out.
Yeah, definitely.
Because otherwise, the game, there's so many new games coming out that there's no way that they're going to bring a game that didn't even make Evo when it was new a couple years later. So. But you know, like Joey always likes to stir the pot.
No, he does. That's what I figured he was doing anyway, which he probably was.
He just likes to figure out what people want to actually play, and he's maybe just taking early impressions from people.
Yeah.
Or, you know, just trolling around the internet like you do.
Like, I was kind of wondering, like, man, is he just gonna? Are we gonna have an earlier announcement this year? Because maybe we won't. Maybe it won't wait until January.
Yeah.
Anyway, I guess this will be the last match because we're almost done here.
Oh yeah.
Did I have anything else to say? I think I got everything else. Fairly coherent today. I only had one beer.
Wow.
Yeah, worked out pretty nicely for me. And you did not sound like a robot at all, so.
Yeah, I'm over at my buddy's house. I'm just tired, man. Freaking, I got like allergies or a cold or something. It's just kicking my ass.
Ugh.
So.
Gotta come back
I
to
don't know what
California.
it is. I've got some weird allergy. Like my legs have been itching like crazy. It looks like
dude,
it looks like I've been
shit,
like.
man.
No, it's not that. I don't look like I have like dots on it. It's obviously it's like, oh, you know, there's something wrong. It's a bunch of scratches. It's been going away. That's good, but man, this shit sucks. Not fun. Oh, also, this is gonna be the last time I do this. Hey everyone, tomorrow is my birthday.
Oh yeah.
I am gonna be 21 years old, and I would like to get things for my birthday. Feel free to purchase things for my birthday on my wish list on Amazon. I have a thing.
Where's the link, bruh?
The link is in chat. Is it in chat?
Is it in chat? I don't know. I haven't seen it.
Bam! It's in chat.
All right.
Buy me the
boy.
Having a look at this.
If you really like me, if you genuinely like me, you will buy me that PS4. That is $8,000. Right?
Wow.
I was trying. I
don't
was
like you
serious
that
shit. I was serious shit trying to like find Ben Gay right now to put on there because I really do need some. I'm like, man, my hands are hurting. I need some Ben Gay.
You want a boom arm, huh?
Yeah.
Boomhauer?
A boom.
I'm a boom mic stand.
I'm trying to steal. Yeah, I'm trying to steal Walkman's setup because his mic sounds great.
Oh yeah.
I'm playing. I'm
Not
on the
today.
headset
I want
right
my
now.
old headset.
Yeah, me too. That's not shit.
No, because I don't like the setup I'm using right now. I'm just using my laptop mic, and I really don't like it. I need the Boomhauer mic.
Oh, you got some fucking books on this list. You fucking nerd.
What? Huh?
You got some fucking books on this list.
Yeah.
Wow, you too? You too? Everyone's oh my, you fucking nerd.
Oh wait, you got books on there? Hold on. Wait.
Suddenly my opinion of you has
Read
changed.
ass.
Work ass motherfucker, get out my face.
Word on a
myself
page
ass.
ass.
Also, and if you don't want to buy me anything, that's perfectly fine. I don't give a shit. It doesn't bother me. I'm not gonna sit there and go, oh my god, you're going to buy. No, this is just. It's like, hey, you know, if you wanna give me something, go for it.
You know what probably make Gibby happy for his birthday is that if you challenge him to a money match, you actually show up.
No,
I'm calling out everybody in the community right now,
Holy
except
shit.
for Brandon Evans, I think.
Oh yeah, Brandon shows up. Brandon takes some beatings.
Our boy Wild Wallace 100% attendance record on money matches.
I gotta say, Wild Wallace is definitely wild because that man don't back down.
No.
He's a man of his
He
word.
don't back down and he don't down back.
Exactly.
Sometimes
I
it
think
works
it's
out
thick.
for him.
He's got like a hitbox, but it's just there's no stick and it's all buttons.
Dude, this guy blows all the meter. What the fuck? He just doesn't care.
Oh, you got some Murakami on this. This is pretty good. You got IQ 84.
This guy Pivot Face ain't bad though.
Oh, he's got Chin. Chin is really good in this game.
Yeah, Chin is hella good in this game.
He's
Don't
not,
jump!
I don't think he's 13 good, but he's definitely up there.
Look at that fucking damage! Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
That was 3
Is
hits.
it my turn? Is it my turn?
Are you in there?
I don't know.
Alright, we have 5 minutes, so you better L-ray the shit out of this guy.
Or get OCV. Or get him.
Or OCV,
So
yeah.
this is how my matches tend to go. I either win, or I
That did
get
a whole
OCV.
lot.
Yeah. Chin is good.
Yeah. Alright, here we go. Gibby in the mix. Last match of the evening. The champion versus the challenger Pivot Face.
You got House of Leaves on here. That's good.
I meant to buy it years ago, but I forgot.
That's a good book. Murakami. I need to read IQ 84.
Y'all are
I've read some of these books
nerds.
before, but I want to reread them.
By read,
Yeah.
Tony, I mean audiobook from like a sexy lady reading it.
It's too late.
No.
You're done.
You're already dead to me.
Everything I do in a fighting game is intuition. I don't read my opponent whatsoever.
Wow.
I just do that shit.
I've made all my decisions ahead of time.
Wow.
Oh,
Let's see what a shitty old man can do, yeah?
Let's go Taekwondo Tom. Safra suit. Oh man, this guy is not optimal.
Here we go. Oh, nice. I love the hashtag watch SDR.
That meter build.
Oh yeah, sick, right?
It's so good.
Wow, amazing.
Thank you, SNK. You made some interesting decisions, but I am like all of them.
They work out on accident.
Another thing that for the more casual player that I really enjoy is that they added in special themes, special ending illustrations.
Why is that not getting blocked?
I really like
that thing where the fucking controller talks to you is actually pretty cool until
that
it scares
the shit out of me.
So
it always scares crap out of me because I have the control next to me. It's like 5-6 inches from me, and then I get hit by it. I'm like, what the fuck was that? Shit.
there's a so you know how like if you actually leave the vibration setting on the controller, even if you play on stick, the controller will vibrate.
Yeah.
So I had my controller on my desk on top of a bit of change, like some quarters and like some pennies and stuff.
Yeah.
And I was playing Geese, and I think I lost a match. And you know how like also if your character gets hit a lot, they like say an audio quote.
Yeah.
I had Geese yell out, "You bastard!" and then the controller starts shaking maniacally on top of a ton of change. I'm like, oh god, what the hell's going on?
Geese is falling off another building.
Yeah.
So I got, guys, I got one half circle back punch to come out that entire time.
I definitely saw a counter.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. Like, this is what's pissing me off.
It's like old times again.
But see what I mean? Either do really well or I get OCV. Get OCV, boys. But I have 5 meters, boys.
Yeah, that's right. Kill him.
See, okay, you saw how that stand D just hit right now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It doesn't always hit when he does A burn knuckle, whatever goddamn reason.
A burn knuckle is on some weird shit. So like, here's the thing that me and my friend discovered. There's a point in the move where you can space it out perfectly that it becomes a true block string with down C, right? You should have waited for the second hit, man. Come on.
Yeah, I forget it has 2 hits now.
Anyway, so there's a point where if you block it, you have to take the crouch C afterwards because it's a true block string. But that's not the full extension of the move. And if you hit it from full extension, you actually are negative again. Or you're not as plus as you were before. So apparently there's just a moment in the middle of the move that is plus frames, and then everything else after that is not. And that's not how burn knuckle works at all. And the only way I can think to describe it is there is something in the move's programming that at a certain point in the frames, in the frame count, if it interacts with something, it doesn't act as though it interacted with anything.
Big damage!
It's basically treated like a whiff instead of a block. That's what Hanzo Gonzo was doing to that one guy. Oh god. Dude, these diamonds are real.
Diamond. So cool. Easily my favorite character in this game.
For sure, man.
Lost. Oh shit, laptop almost fell. Oh, by the way, I play with my stick on my laptop. Not very comfortable. Don't do that.
Well.
I knew the moment I grabbed you, you're strong. Damn.
Damn, that's weird.
Like the moment I held you in my arms.
All right. Dude, I've been hearing that song all fucking week and I
why
love
he
it.
does that shit. Like serious shit. I was even testing it with Hanzo Gonzo. Hanzo Gonzo, Metaphysics, and Walkman. Its inputs get dropped like crazy, and we're not sure what it is. Because I can test it out with my computer whenever my inputs get dropped, and I look at my input reader, and it works fine. I don't have an input reader for my PS4. I need to figure out how to do that. I saw a Stupendous stream, and he's got an input reader. I want to get the same thing. I want to do that. I think he might be streaming on Steam though. Because when I play on GGPO, I don't have it on my stream, but I have an input reader that I have like to the left of the screen or on the screen, one or the other, just to make sure my inputs are coming out. And when I see that the full motion's coming out and I don't get the move, I just get mad. Very mad.
Alright, Hanzo Gonzo can't join the room, so we're pretty much... Oh, actually, I do want to see this match, though, so I'm going to be a little selfish here.
We're closing up.
We're closing
We're
up?
going to shut the stream down. It's fine.
10.
Man.
8.
We were 3 minutes late. We still got 2 more minutes.
Nope.
Is that how it works?
All right, well,
I'm pretty sure that's how it works. Oh, but it's Vicio!
It's Vicio, man. I'm trying to watch
You
some.
guys are actually clowns.
Damn it. All right, well, yeah, I guess we're done here. We'll see you guys next week. You want to take us home, Paul?
When's TGS? Couple weeks?
Should be not this week, but next week.
I kind of feel like there will be a lot more. Last couple weeks haven't had too much and brand new stuff, but I feel like we'll probably see a lot coming out of TGS. So
maybe we'll get a patch. that'll be SNK. That'll be SNK at TGS. Like, hey, it's a patch, guys. Who knew?
Who knows? Just maybe.
All right. Well, thanks everybody for listening to another episode of Super Desperation Radio. From everybody here, good night and good luck.